तामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्पदिनं नमामि माधवदेवपदं वाञ्छाकल्पभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते। भुजे सव्यवेणुं शिरसि शिखिपिच्छं कटितटे दुकूलं नेत्रान्ते सहचरकटाक्षं विदधते सदा श्रीमद्वृन्दावनवसति लीलापरिचयो जगन्नाथस्वामी नयनपथगामी भवतु मे। वन्दे नन्दव्रजस्त्रीणां पादरेणुम् अभीक्ष्णशः यासां हरिकथोद्गीतं पुनाति भुवनत्रयं भक्त्या विहीन अपराधलक्षै क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयी त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नवृन्दे नुमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। भूमस्वखलितपादानां भूमिरेव यवलम्बनं हृदये संवित्तं नृसिंहामहं भजे। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Is it going through? Okay. Okay. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 9th chapter, the discussion between Yadu and Avadhuta Brahmana. Yesterday we read verse number 25 and 26, where the lessons that Avadhuta Brahmana had learned from his own body is mentioning to Yadu. So he is telling that from this body one can learn to be detached and one can attain, knowledge, superior knowledge. Therefore, one should utilize this body, human body, only for in search of the absolute truth. That should be the only purpose. So we also read one poem written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, bhajan written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, wherein he explains, this human body, after attaining this human body, how we are uselessly, wasting it in material sense endeavors, taking care of the family and relatives, friends, etc. But, the only purpose of this human body is Nitya Krishna Tattva Anusandhan. He writes, Nitya Tattva Krishna Anusandhan, Krishna Bhakti Sandhan. So, that eternal truth, that is Supreme Lord, one should be only, utilizing this body for that purpose. So, we read the next verse number 26. We read only the meaning of it, purport we shall read today. The verse is, Jayatma Jartha Pashu Bhritya Grihartha Vargan Punyati Yat Priya Chikirshaya Vitanvan Swapne Sakrichra Mavaruddha Dhana Sa Deha Srishtasya Bijam Avasidati Vriksha Dharmaha. So, this in this human body, a living entity with lot of hard endeavor, effort, he, procures lot of wealth. He thinks that, wife, children, wealth, animals, and servants, house, vehicles, and relatives, all these things are going to give him happiness, and then he expands all of them, and then he invests all his energy, hard earned money, in taking care of these persons. In this way, he is, completing, finishing his entire life. And at the end of death, at the end of this life, just like, a tree gives birth to a seed, which becomes the cause of another tree. In this way, we are, the karma beej, the seed of the karma, will become the, the cause of our next birth. That we read yesterday, in detail we heard this. Now we will read the purport by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. প্রশ্ন হইতে পারে, বিরক্তি বিবেক ও ভক্তিযোগ প্রদাতা সকল গুরু হইতে শ্রেষ্ঠ এই দেহ নশ্বর হইলেও ইহার সেবা পরম আসক্তি দ্বারাই করা যুক্তিযুক্ত, তাহা না হইলে কৃতজ্ঞতা রূপ দোষ হয়। So he is telling that one may put a question that, you see, this human body is very, very useful, because this can give you knowledge, this can give you detachment. So he said that from this body, it's like a guru. He said, I learned from the body that one has to be detached, like we heard yesterday, that we are not supplying anything to the food to the stomach, but he is still alive, he is not asking for it. And the tongue, the possessions, still he remains aloof from all these things. Only that can touch him is Shravana Kirtana, the listening and the chanting of the Lord's glories and His name. So, knowledge and renunciation, both this body is avoiding. Therefore, if this body is like, a guru, then why shouldn't we serve it nicely? You should serve your guru, right? You should serve your guru. So, this is a guru that is giving knowledge, saying that you should not become attached to the body, and why you should not serve your body nicely. One may get, why are you saying that we should become detached? We should become attached to this, because he is our guru. He is विचित्र विचित्र ए देरूप गुरु जेहेतु परम आसक्ति द्वारा सेवा करिले पर इहा विवेक वैराग्य आदि किच्छु उपदेश करिबेन ना, बरং संसार महा अंधकूपे निक्षेप करिबेन। This body, what it will do? It will not give you this teaching. It will not give you the teaching of getting renunciation, but it will drown you into the well of ignorance. He is telling that, yes, it is like guru, it is giving, but if you keep on serving the body with attachment, then how will you get detachment to it? If you are serving with attachment this body, then it will not give you the instruction of renunciation. It will say, give me more, isn't it? The body, as much, facilities that you award to the body will ask for even more than that. He will never say that, yes, I am satisfied. I think we heard before, previously I said that Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says that I have become, servant of the sense organs, which are like, ruthless masters. My sense organs, how much ever I serve to them, they are never satisfied. A master is one, okay, he sees, okay, servant is doing lot of service, okay, today you take rest. But the sense organs, how much ever I am serving, they are never saying, yes, we are satisfied, now stop our service, isn't it? We are giving nice food to the tongue. Is it ever saying that, oh, no problem, no feast from tomorrow onwards, for 2 months no feast, no problem? Will the tongue accept it? No, he is eating everyday feast, but he wants to feast again and again. They are, ruthless masters, they are not, faithful masters. So he is telling that the sense organs, the body, if you supply, service to the body with attachment, then it will only ultimately put you in the well of deep ignorance. যে দেহের প্রীতি ইচ্ছা করিয়া স্ত্রী পুত্র আদি বিস্তারপূর্বক পোষণ করিতেছ, যে দেহের প্রীতি ইচ্ছা যদি উদিত হয়, তাহা হইলে স্ত্রী পুত্র আদি সংগ্রহ করিয়া তাহাদিগকে কেই পোষণ করে, সেই দেহ সঞ্চিত ধন বিবেকাদি বৃত্ত হারাইয়া নিজের আস্তে অর্থাৎ আয়ুর শেষে অতি কষ্টের সহিত যেমন হয় সেইরূপ বিনাশ প্রাপ্ত হয়। So he is telling that this body is asking for association with a wife. This body is asking for taking care of children. This body is asking for beautiful house. This body is asking for so many things. We read in the main verse that the body wants comforts with the wife, comforts with the children, and house, bungalows, and other etc. All these things body is asking for it, and you will only keep on expanding these things. When you keep on expanding these things, then all the money that has been accumulated, Krishna Chakravarti Thakur says, what is that money that you have accumulated? The wealth of knowledge. The wealth of knowledge is completely destroyed. Because in the company of wife, children, family, relatives, friends, etc., all the good knowledge that we have accumulated from the sadhus or from this body, we accepted this guru to be body and we have attained knowledge, but in the company of all these, persons, this knowledge is spent uselessly. Means this becomes futile. The two, lessons that we can learn from the body is detachment, and the other is knowledge. Detachment, he is telling that with attachment, if you serve the body, then it will ask for more comforts, and then it will not award you the detachment at all again, but on the contrary, it will push you into the ditch of dark well. And the other thing that you can learn, that you can accept from this body is knowledge. But by expanding your family, by expanding your relatives, friends, etc., this wealth is also destroyed. It is spent, when a person is entangled in all these things, all his good intelligence is lost. He can no more concentrate on the object of worship, but rather his mind will have bangla, her mind will be only concentrating on that. It cannot think about the supreme object. Therefore, that money is also lost, that wealth is also lost. So he is telling that যে দেহের প্রীতি ইচ্ছা যদি উদিত হয়, তাহা হইলে সেই দেহ সঞ্চিত ধন বিবেকাদি বৃত্ত হারাইয়া. So this beautiful wealth of knowledge is lost simply in the company of all these relatives and friends. নিজের অন্তে অর্থাৎ আয়ুর শেষে অতি কষ্টের সহিত যেমন হয় সেরূপ বিনাশ প্রাপ্তি হয়. And ultimately, without any detachment and without any wealth of knowledge, we will be dead. Without learning anything, we can learn these two things, but because of our attachment to these things, we will be deprived of renunciation, deprived of wealth, and ultimately face the same death as anyone else. Because death is very, very dangerous, very, very fearful. Nobody wants to die. If you see in this material world, nobody wants to die, because death is very, very fearful. Nobody wants to be separated from his own kinsmen. Nobody wants to be separated from his own wealth that he has accumulated all these years. So it is the most fearful thing in this material world. But still, one has to die. In this human birth also, if we die like that without learning any lessons of detachment and knowledge, then that will be very fearful. আর এই পুরুষের বীজ অর্থাৎ অন্য দেহের বীজরূপ কর্ম সৃজন করিয়া যেভাবে পুনরায় সংসার প্রবাহ চলে. And in this way he is preparing the seed for his next birth. Like a tree prepares a seed for the next tree, in a similar way he is preparing a seed for his own next birth. Whatever karma he has performed, in order to suffer or enjoy the karma, he will take birth again. and this cycle continues. He is telling that this cycle continues. Nobody is sure that we will get a human birth again. Whatever birth we are in, we will be engaging in that kind of similar activities, because we heard before, whatever is our mind in the next birth, based on our karma, based on our intelligence, based on our remembrance, we will attain such a birth, and then again pass through so many lifetimes, life cycles, and then again human birth, and then again doing the same thing. So he's telling that this will only continue. Therefore, he's telling, after attaining this human birth, at least one should not do all these things. One should not engage in all these things and uselessly spend the two important instructions that we can get from this body, that is knowledge and detachment. We can think, an animal, a bird or a beast, he cannot have detachment because he is simply acting by his instincts. But humans, we think, oh, why is he behaving like this? Why am I getting these troubles? Why am I repeatedly being pushed by someone? We can think like this. And then by meditating upon that, we think, okay, this world's nature is like that. The nature of the material world is like that. Therefore, I shall practice detachment from it. These humans have this intelligence. Others have not got that intelligence. Therefore, if we also don't use this intelligence while living in this material world, then again we will pass through the same set of births and deaths, and this life cycle will continue. Srila Prabhupada writes in the commentary, Krishna jerupa vriksha jerupa apara vriksha utpadan koribar jonno বীজ সৃষ্টি করে এবং স্বীয় কাষ্ট কাল প্রভাবে বিনাশ করায়, তদ্রূপ বদ্ধজীব স্বীয় স্থূল ও সূক্ষ্ম দেহের প্রিয় কামনায় স্ত্রী পুত্র পশু বিত্ত দ্রবিণ ও স্বজনাদিকে কষ্টলব্ধ ধনের দ্বারা পোষণ করাইয়া সেই দেহদ্বয় পরিত্যাগ করেন. So just like a tree becomes a cause of another tree, means it produces seed which becomes, which gives birth to another tree. In a similar way, and also Sriya Kashta Kala Prabhava Vinash Korai, and the wood that is coming out of the tree, will also slowly burn by a period of time, because someone will take it and then they will burn it. So the wood is burned, and the seed will give birth to another tree. In a similar way, wood is burnt means the tree is dead. Tree is dead, but it gave birth to another tree. In a similar way, the living entity will spend all his life, just like the wood is being spent in the fuel, as a fuel in the fire. In a similar way, a human is also spending his life in taking care of his wife, children, pet animals, taking care of money and relatives, extended family members, etc., with lot of hardship. He is undergoing so much hardship to take care of all these things, and ultimately both this gross body and the subtle body, both of them he has to at one point of time leave. He has to leave at one point of time. आगम अपायी देहद्वयेर सहितो देह देही अभिन्न चिन्मय देहेर साम्य प्रसार अविवेचनार हेतु. This body, this gross and subtle bodies, they come and go, but Dehi Atma is eternal. Atma is eternal, it is unchangeable. Therefore, if one thinks that this gross body, subtle body and the self are the same, then he is telling that avivechanar hetu, that is the foolishness, that is ignorance, because gross body is completely different from what we are, subtle body is completely different from what we are. Therefore, our necessities should be not to take care of the gross and subtle bodies which are changeable and which are perishable, but our immediate duty and the actual duty is to take care of the real self which is permanent. Otherwise, it is simply foolishness, foolish endeavors. सूत्रांग आत्मा अनात्मा विवेक रहित व्यक्तिगण आत्मा अनात्मा विवेक युक्त बुद्धि human beings are there, but a person who has seen the difference between atma and anatma, gross and the material, matter and spirit, a person who has seen the difference between the matter and spirit is not same as a person who cannot distinguish between the two. Means there are so many humans. You may say, oh, everyone is the same. Prabhupada says, no. A person who can use his intelligence and discriminating power to understand the difference between the matter and the spirit is certainly superior to a person who has not understood the difference between the two and continuing his endeavor only in gross. Otherwise, what we have got this human birth, we have got such an invaluable opportunity, and if we are not utilizing that opportunity, then our life will become unsuccessful. One of my, that the Lord has given you human birth, given all of us human birth, so that we will engage. By not utilizing it in the service, we are acting like monkeys. By not utilizing it in the service, we are acting like monkeys and the donkeys. Then the Lord will say, oh, I have given you a human body to act like a human, but you are acting like a monkey. Okay, you become a monkey better, this human birth. Just like you are promoted to a superior position in office and you are not able to take care of the responsibilities and duties that you are supposed to do at that particular stage, the boss will say, okay, you be as a peon. Better you become a peon than an officer, because you are not eligible to be that. So that is why this human birth is to be utilized only and only for the service of Supreme Lord. Swami Maharaj used to give an example that I think you have heard. Punar Mushiko Bhava. You heard this? You heard this story? You become a rat again, mouse again. You heard this story? No, you have not heard this. You have heard probably. Once I start explaining, you will understand. There was one mouse, and he is constantly troubled by a cat. So cat is chasing him, and then he wants to save his life. So that mouse comes to a sadhu. My dear sadhu, I have come to your shelter. Please save me. What is your problem? You see, cats are chasing me. So what do you want to do? No, I want you to bless me that I become a cat, because so that I will not be chased. Okay, tathastu. Tathastu means maybe so, maybe it's so. Then he becomes a cat immediately. For some days now he is chasing the mouse. He has become a cat. Now his nature is to chase the mouse. He is chasing the mouse now. But after some days he comes back to sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, again I come to you. What happened? No, dogs are chasing me. The dogs on the street, they are chasing me. So what do you want? No, I want to become dog. Okay, you want to become dog? Okay, I bless you that you become a dog. He becomes a dog immediately. So after some days, he comes back again. Oh, sadhu, sadhu, I am again in trouble. What happened? No, these ferocious lions, they are chasing me, and tigers, they are chasing me. They want to kill me. What do you want to become? I want to become a tiger or a lion. Okay, so maybe that's so you become a lion. So he blesses him to become a lion. Now, as soon as he becomes a lion, what is his nature? To eat humans. So as soon as he became a lion, now he wanted to pounce upon the sadhu himself. Become a lion, so he pounced upon him to kill. Oh, Punar Moshikava, you become a rat again. Because he has misutilized it. He who has awarded him the superior thing, he wants to only attack him. So he says, okay, Punar Moshikava, become a mouse again. You are not eligible to be. And now we challenge God. Oh, God is formless. Oh, there is no God. God. It's only humans that is everything. We are everything. We are masters. God will say, Punar Mushiko Bhava. Go back to your lower species. I gave you human birth to perform Hari Bhajan, but you are only challenging me. Go back to your lower species. You enjoy that. This will be our state. So this human birth, it can award this superior knowledge But if we don't use the superior knowledge and detachment, then we are simply wasting this human birth. जिह्वैकतो अमुमपकर्षति कर्हि तर्षा शिष्णो अन्यस्त्वत् श्रवणं कुतश्चित् घ्राणो अन्यतश्च फलदृक् क्व च कर्मशक्तिः बह्वयः सपत्न्य इव गेहपतिं लुनन्ति। कोनो गृहस्थेर अनेक स्त्री থাকিলে তাহারা প্রত্যেকেই যেমন স্বামীকে নিজের প্রতি আকৃষ্ট করিতে চেষ্টা করে, সেই রূপ জিহ্বা, পিপাসা, উপস্থ, ত্বক, উদর, কর্ণ, নাসিকা, চঞ্চল দৃষ্টি এবং কর্মেন্দ্রিয় সকল এই দেহাভিমানী পুরুষকে নিজ নিজ বিষয়ের প্রতি আকৃষ্ট করিয়া থাকে। So in this verse he is further explaining, if you say that this body is like a guru, he is giving another verse. In this he is saying that, you see, if a person has many wives, then each of the wife wants to attract him towards her only. If a person has 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives, the number of wives, each of them will want to get attract her husband towards them. And then what will be the state of that person? He cannot fulfill the desire of any of those wives, and he will be in constant trouble. Now he is telling that if you give comfort to your body, this body has 10 wives. What? They are tongue is one wife. She is attracting, give me nice taste, I want to eat nice foods. Pipasa and the thirst, give me this drink, give me that drink, I want this, I want that. Upastha and the genitals, I want happiness. We have so many wives. And tvak, this body, this skin is asking for, oh, I want hot touch now, I want cold touch now, I want soft touch now, I want hard touch now. So many varieties of touch are there. So this skin is wanting for all those kinds of pleasures. Udar and the stomach is asking, give me this, give me that, today I want to eat idli, today I want to eat pasta, today I want to eat pizza, today I want this, today I want that. So many, the stomach is asking so many things. Karna, the ears, this music, that music, so many things. Nasika and the nose, the nose is asking for beautiful flavors and smells. And chanchala drishti and these restless eyes, they want to see all beauty everywhere, they want to enjoy everything. So we have, he is telling, and karmendra and the working senses. Together we have 10 wives. This body has 10 wives. All of us. All of us have these 10 wives. And each of these wives are, pulling, trying to pull. No, you please me first. You give me pleasure first. You give me pleasure first. In this way, these 10 different wives are pulling, and you give so much comfort. Okay, I will please my tongue, no problem. Then the ear will say, oh, you are only pleasing the tongue. You are not pleasing me. Oh, okay, one wife is pleased, the other wife also should be pleased. Now the tongue and the ear is pleased, and another skin will say, oh, you are partial to those 2 wives, you are not serving me, you should give pleasure to me. So in this way, the man is constantly pulled in all these different directions. The 10 sense organs are pulling in 10 different directions. And what will be the state of that person? Unimaginable. I cannot say it. एवं कर्मेंद्रिय सकल ए देहाभिमानी पुरुष के निज निज विषयर प्रति आकृष्ट करिया थाके. So all these karmendriyas and gyanendriyas. Gyanendriyas means the 5 knowledge acquiring senses, and karmendriya means the 5 working senses. All these sense organs, they are trying to attract a person towards those objects of those senses, and in this way the man is constantly troubled. Therefore he is telling, why you should not give too many comforts to your body. Avadhuta Brahmana is telling that yes, you might get a question that because this body is a guru, therefore he should be served with attachment, but no, not served with attachment. You should give as much required for the body for sure, but if you supply more than that, then it will ask for more and more, and it will only give you constant troubles and nothing else. Srila Bhakti Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, अतएव এই गुरु रूपी देह के केवल प्राण धारण मात्र उपयोगी भोजन दान करिबे, ताहाओ अनासक्त भावी इहाई देही रूपी गुरुर शुश्रूषा. Krishna Chakravarti Thakur is very nicely explaining this. Therefore, I am telling you what? You serve your body because he is your guru. This is what is your service to your body. What is that? You give whatever is just sufficient for the body's needs. Whatever is required for its sustenance and maintenance, provide only that much, and that too without attachment. He is telling that only that much and without attachment. That is the only service that you can do to your body because he is your guru. But the moment you become attached to it, then you will have this constant pulling from different directions. श्रद्धा पूर्वक भोग समूह इहाके यदि दान करो ताहा होइले श्रवण करो ताहा तत्व. But with lot of faith, if you want to supply the needs for the body, then what is going to happen? I am going to tell you, listen. He is telling that don't become very faithful to your body, because it can give you highest thing. Don't become very faithful to it. If you become faithful to it, then it will only give you counter result. এই দেহাসক্ত পুরুষকে একদিকে রসের দিকে জিহ্বা অধঃপতনের জন্য আকর্ষণ করে, কখনো পিপাসা জলের প্রতি আকর্ষণ করে, স্ত্রী সঙ্গের প্রতি এইরূপ ত্বক ইন্দ্রিয় আদি স্পর্শ আদির প্রতি আকর্ষণ করে, কর্মশক্তি অর্থাৎ কর্মেন্দ্রিয় সমূহ ছিন্ন করিয়া ফেলে. So he is telling that, I am telling you what is the nature of this body. He is telling that if you serve your body nicely with faith, then what is going to happen? I am telling you, this is the nature of the body. What is its nature? If once you become attached to the body and serve him, then this body will slowly ask that I want to eat nice food, please give me that food. And then it will say, I want to drink nice drinks, please provide me that. I want to associate with women, please provide me some women association. I want to have a beautiful touch, please provide me some soft and foamy items. I want to provide this beautiful touch to the body, to the skin. All these things, in a similar way, all the sense organs are constantly pulling a man in different directions. Therefore he is telling that this is the nature of the body. The nature of the body is, as much you supply to it, so much it will ask. So much more it will never say that I am done with the comfort, I am done with my enjoyment, now enough. The body at no point of time, yes, I have to maintain it so that I can put. For what purpose? Devotees asked a question to Srila Gurudev, that Guru Maharaj, should we take some medicines, because vaccines are there, and some like we eat multivitamins or these things, so that we are protected from any kind of diseases that might come in the future. So is it good to take those medicines? Like that a devotee has asked. Guru Maharaj replied, it is not always good to think about the body. This body will constantly get troubles. This body will definitely be, how much ever care you do take, it will get problems one after the other problems will keep on coming. It is not wise after getting this human birth to think about the body and how to maintain this body. But the wise person thinks that how can I utilize this body to get out of this bondage. That is what is to be thought about, not how I can maintain the body. Because this can never be maintained properly. If you are taking care in one direction, from another direction, another thing will come. It will keep on coming. So, he did not say you should take or you should not take. But the point is that you should not be worried about it. You should not be thinking. Always thinking about the body is not going to provide any good results. Therefore, we are eating medicines, we are taking medicines, we are eating food, we are giving rest to the body. All these things we are doing only with one purpose. That is that lack of these things should not make me crippled of my Haribhajan. Should not make me ineligible for Haribhajan. This is the only purpose. But then the body, we understand this principle, this human birth needs to be utilized only for the performance of Haribhajan, but not to how I should maintain it. Some devotees, they asked, we should go to gym, or if we should do this to keep the body fit. Guru Maharaj answered only one thing: you should keep the body fit so that you can perform Haribhajan. That is, you should not lose the purpose of it. If the purpose is lost, then everything is lost. After passing through so many births, we have got this human birth, and now if we want to use this to maintain it properly, nicely take care of it properly, then that is not being wise of being after getting a human birth. Now Srila Prabhupada writes in the commentary, गृहपति जे रूप बहुपत्नी कर्तृक ताहादेर निज निज स्वार्थ पोषणेर उद्देश्य आकृष्ट হয় तद्रूप दृश्यमान जगत कर्मेंद्रिय और ज्ञानेंद्रिय गुलिके सर्वदा आकर्षण करे. So just like a husband, if he has so many wives, if a man has so many wives, he is being pulled in various directions because each wife wants to get her own pleasures fulfilled. In a similar way, in this material world, every person has got, different sense organs, 10 different sense organs, and these sense organs are pulling a person in these directions. And because of that, all the sense organs wants their own pleasure, and in this way, one will not be utilizing this human birth in a proper manner. पुराणी विविधान्य स्पृप सरीसृप पशून् तैस्तैरतुष्ट हृदयः पुरुषं विधाय ब्रह्मावलोकधिषणं मुदमापदेवः. ईश्वर निज शक्तिभूता माया द्वारा वृक्ष सरीसृप पशु पक्षी एवं हिंस्र प्राणी रूप विविध शरीरेर सृष्टि करिया तत्समुदये संतुष्ट होइते ना पारिया परिशेषे ब्रह्म साक्षात्कारेर उपयोग जिज्ञासा युक्त এই पुरुष देह रचना करिया संतुष्ट होइयाছিলেন. Our Guru Maharaj, he often used to speak this verse, he often used to say this verse repeatedly. He is telling that the Supreme Lord has, through his Maya Shakti, he has created so many species. He has created, trees, he has created reptiles, he has created animals, he has created birds, he has created so many beasts, and so many things the Supreme Lord has created through his own Maya Shakti. But he was not satisfied. After all these things are created, the Supreme Lord was not satisfied. And in the end, after he has created the humans, he saw, okay, this is the place where they can attain Brahma Sakshatkar. One can attain self realization and one can attain me directly in this human birth. Therefore, after creating the humans, the Supreme Lord became very pleased. Means this human body is very, very favorable for Hari Bhajan and it is very dear also to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is why in various forms, as a boar, as a fish, as a lion, as so many other species. But the Lord's highest activities or pastimes become manifest only. Even though he has come in many, many forms, but the highest that he has enjoyed and the highest that he has distributed and the highest pastimes that he has performed is only in this human species. Therefore, this human birth is very, very dear to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna because in other creatures, there is the knowledge is very, very limited. They simply act by their instincts. They simply act by whatever has been, ordered to them according to their own nature. But they cannot think otherwise. That is why after humans are created, he is very pleased. Just like the birds and beasts, etc., they are so much programmed to work in particular way that if you give a choice of food also to them, they cannot make any choice. They are very happy with whatever they get, the worms, insects, etc. They are eating that and they are happy. But if you provide nice food items, still they are not very happy with it. Why? Because their nature is attracted towards that. It also means that the humans, because they have got the intelligence, the responsibility is superior. Responsibility is superior means other species, other forms of life, when because they are acting as per the nature, their own nature, or as per the way they are programmed, there is no binding of karma for them. Karma does not bind them because the relative independence is very, very, very minimum there. There is not as much relative independence that humans have got. Because of this, there is no karma binding them. They will only progress upwards. The trees are the lowest of the conscious species. So from a bird, one cannot come back to a tree state. He cannot become a tree. He will only go upward. But human, he can go upward or he can go downward. Because he has got the independence, he has got the knowledge, he has the discriminating power. Everything is provided to him by the Lord. And if we misutilize it, then we have to go down. And if we utilize it properly, then we will get the highest thing. Therefore, it is a very, very, precious, at the same time very dangerous if the relative independence is misutilized, is not utilized properly. Therefore, humans can go either up or down, but other living species, there is no effect of karma. They only simply proceed further and further up, because they don't kill other creatures just for fun. They don't do any activity for fun. We are killing for fun. Humans kill for fun. Even though there are nice food items available, unless the doctor says from tomorrow you have to become a vegetarian, I will not become vegetarian. Sadhu says become a vegetarian. No, I cannot become vegetarian. But doctor says your stomach is so upset, your liver has problem. If you eat non-vegetarian food, you will have problem. Okay, doctor said so from tomorrow no non-veg item. Why? Why so much attachment to the body? We want to do anything only if it is pertaining to the body. But other than that, we don't want to even think. But so many persons we told that give up onion, give up garlic, give up onion, give up garlic. I say no, onion, garlic, they are very essential, they are to be eaten. The same persons, after few years, when they had some other problem, whatever it is, they come back to us and they say, now even I am not also eating. I also become devotee. They think that giving up onion, garlic is becoming a devotee. It is not true. They are not able to give up. They have, why are we not utilizing our free will, independence that the Lord has provided to utilize it in a proper manner? Killing of the animals, sometimes for fun. I have food, but still I want to kill and see how, the killing, excites me. I do it for excitement, I do it for my own happiness and pleasure. But other birds and beasts and other species, they don't do it for fun. They do it only for their own requirement. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, যেহেতু এই মুক্তি সাধক একই মনুষ্য দেহ ঈশ্বর সৃষ্টি করিয়াছেন, সেহেতু ইহার দ্বারা নরক সাধন করিবেন না. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling that, you see, the Lord has provided you this beautiful opportunity to deliver yourself from this life cycle. We have to become birds, beasts, etc. So many we have to become. And the Lord has very mercifully awarded you this human birth, which can be utilized to simply cross this, cycles of births and deaths. Don't utilize this body to, make your way towards hell. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling, don't, make way towards hell by getting such a precious opportunity of human birth. ইহাই বলিতেছেন, ঈশ্বর জীব দেহ সমূহ সৃষ্টি করিয়া সেই সমূহে সন্তুষ্ট হইতে না পারিয়া পরিশেষে মনুষ্য দেহ পরমেশ্বরের সাক্ষাৎকারের উপযুক্ত বুদ্ধিযুক্ত জানিয়া তাহাকে সৃষ্টি করিলেন. After creating so many species, the Lord saw that none of these species can come to me. They have not got sufficient intelligence to come to me. There is no discrimination power in them. Therefore, he created humans at the end. And after creating the human body, after creating the human birth, he saw, oh, this body can be utilized to attain me, to attain the knowledge of the Supreme. Therefore, thinking like this, he became extremely pleased. He became very, very happy. সেই রূপ শ্রুতি প্রমাণ আছে, মনুষ্য দেহ সৃষ্টি করিয়া পরমাত্মা প্রচুর আনন্দ লাভ করিলেন. In a similar way, in other shrutis, shruti means other Vedas, etc. also, such at several places, and evidence for this can be found, that the Lord became very happy after seeing the human species, that they can now attain me. Because the Lord does not want us to become conditioned. He wants us, we wanted that we become an enjoyer. I want to enjoy. So for that, as a capable parent, as a capable father, as a capable mother, he has created one world. Okay, you go there, you enjoy. Whatever you want, I am providing you everything. But at the same time, I will also give you some troubles in between so that you will come back to me, you will remember me. But now in other species, that intelligence is not there. That discrimination is not there. Therefore, he thought, okay, I have created, but they cannot think. They cannot learn from the past. Like, I often give an example of a dog. You see a dog sitting in front of outside the owner of the house, he comes and throws a stone at him. Then he is thinking, you see, every day this master is beating me. Every day this owner is beating me again and again. I shall not come to. And then he gets up. After he gets up, what he does? Have seen? After a dog gets up after a long rest, he just shakes his body. He shakes his body, and all the thoughts that he had thought, everything is shaken and everything is dropped. Again, he will come back and sit. Next day, the same story. So like this, we come to Harikatha, we listen. Avadhuta Brahmana has, from this, from that, so many things. After Harikatha is over, we just shake our body, everything dropped, and then go. So there is, of this, there is not much use. Humans can analyze. Our Guru Maharaj used to give one example. But one boy, a parent has taken a boy to the, to the mutt. And in the mutt, the boy has learned few things. Krishna is Supreme Lord, you should not enjoy, you should not do this, do that. Then the parent and the boy, both of them, they come back to the house, and then the father is doing, smoking. He's doing all these things. Papa, yesterday we heard in Harikatha that we should not smoke. Yesterday in Harikatha we heard that we should not do this. Then the father says, whatever you heard in Mat, you have to leave in Mat. Don't bring those things to home. You listen there, listen there, and come to home. This is our state. So we listen Harikatha, we leave it there, and then our tendency, this we are actually, unfortunately, we are not able to convert our nature. We are not able to, get the power or get that willingness to, act upon the teachings that we have received from Guru Varga, the teachings that we have received from the Shastras. If we, try to incorporate any of those instructions, at least one instruction from Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, our life will become successful. We don't have to follow all the instructions. At least one instruction, if we can take it to heart, our life will become successful. But unfortunately, what we do is that place and that particular person has spoken against me like this, and I, for the entire life, I'll carry those impressions about him in my mind for the entire life. But in Harikatha, once we hear any hostile mentality to anybody in this material world, we are hearing this a number of times, innumerable times, but we are forgetting it. We heard only once that person speaking ill about me, but I'm harboring it, I'm keeping it for the rest of my life. Every day I'm listening Harikatha, don't have hostile mentality to anyone. Nobody is to be blamed. You are to be blamed for your own sufferings. Nobody is the cause. Every day listening. Not carrying those ideas with us. Why? Because our mind does not accept those things which are beneficial for us. But the mind only wants to accept that which it thinks to be good for him, which is sense pleasure. Wherever there is pleasure, the mind gets immediately attracted. But whatever is good for its eternal welfare, the mind will not want to accept it. This is the pitiful state. That's why we have to listen the life narrations of the devotees. We have to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to listen to Harikatha repeatedly. We might have heard it, but again and again, repeatedly you have to listen. Repeatedly if we listen, then slowly they will make an impact. Like we are seeing an advertisement several times. Even when I was a child, first time, second time, third time, I would not the advertisement. And the fourth, fifth time I would get, why is this coming every, let me see what it is. It happens, but that is why they give advertisement every 10 minutes they give advertisement. Why? At one point of time it will strike to you that let me have a look at it. And any one of those things will strike you, oh, this is a nice, after cleaning his body, and his body has become white, became very nice. So this impact on us. Why? Because they are constantly bombarding to our mind. They are the best way to create an impression. And other where there is no advertisement, we are not even worried. Oh, such a company is also there. Why? Maybe it is beneficial, but we don't know, because there is no constant, mind is not constantly bombarded with the ideas. So in a similar way, repeatedly listening to Harikatha, then maybe the same thing, repetition of the same thing, but constantly listening to Harikatha will at one point of time strike, oh, I have been listening to this so many days. Human birth is very important. Human birth is very important. I have heard this innumerable times. Become little serious. That is why we have to listen to this repeatedly. So the Supreme Lord became very, very pleased that humans are there. Now they can utilize this body to come back to me. Seirupa Shruti Pramanache. So in the Shrutis also, in the Vedas also, such an evidence can be found that the Lord became happy after creating humans. Seirup, इसको बंद कर देना, ये भी बंद कर देना. यहीं पे बजाना था क्या उन लोगों को? We are thinking about precious human birth, and the Lord is testing us. Seirup अन्यान्य प्राणीगण के सृष्टि करिया তাহাদের মধ্যে হইতে গাভীকে আনিয়া জিজ্ঞাসা করিলেন, তুমি পরমেশ্বরকে জানো কি? So he's telling that in particular Veda Shastra there is an evidence given that the Lord, after creating different species, he called a cow, come, we don't know who you are, amra samarthana, then we don't know how to attain you, we don't have any knowledge to attain you. अतः पर पुरुष देह आनिया जिज्ञासा करले ताहारा बोलो आपनार कृपा हইলে পারিব. Then he called the humans and he inquired from the humans that can you attain me? Then the humans replied, only if you shower your mercy we can understand you. Definitely we can understand if you shower your mercy. So then the Lord became pleased. Oh, you see, the humans, by my mercy they can attain me. So in this way the Shrutis also say that after human birth is created, human body is created, the Lord became extremely pleased. Oh, so Srila Prabhupada's purport remaining. Time is up, so tomorrow we will read the purport by Srila Prabhupada. Ancha kalpitarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha पतितानम पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय. श्री कृष्ण द्वैत